Bitter. Number 9, their captain, Jenny Maxwell. Number 1, Lauren Paul. Number 2, Tina Gunter. Number 3, Nadine Vincent. Number 4, Harrison Allen. Number 5, Olivia Terrell. Number 6, Annie Coleman. Number 7, Morgan Richardson. And number 8, Tiana Coleman. And now...
I'm about to flip the script, flip the switch, magic trick, watch this, watch this. I'm about to make you trip, make you glitch, camera click, watch this, watch this. I put it like gold, check out the view. Out with the old, and in with the new. I'm in my new era. I'm better in my new era. I'm better in my new era.
Good evening and welcome to the Mawson Stadium. Sale FC, and what a game in store. The third game here in round one of Premiership Women's Rugby, and it's Sale Sharks taking on Leicester Tigers Women. I'm Harry Scott Munro, and joining me in commentary today is Sale Sharks' Molly Wright. Molly, great to have you with me. More importantly, great that you've remembered all of the layers, because it is bitter this evening.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you for having me. Actually, I'd say to you that this is a lovely night in Manchester, as somebody who lives here. There's no rain, there's not a breath of wind, so I'm really excited to see how this pans out.
can tell I'm from down south, can't you? But like you said, no wind. It's going to be a great occasion. And two teams with lots of new faces coming in the summer, but sticking with a bit of consistency in terms of what we've seen in the Cup. This Sale side, 17 of them played against Leicester. So talk to us about how important that Cup block's been.
I think, the team sheet today really reflects how successful Sale's Cup campaign was. There were really good performances from the Cup players, and that's reflected in these selections. So they've got an opportunity here to go out and perform and really stamp their mark on how the rest of the league is going to go.
Like you said, it's a big year. Cup players have been fantastic so far, and an opportunity to try and make their mark. But some new players that have come in, the likes of Sharifa Kasolo, who played in that Cup period and have really shone already.
Oh, absolutely. Shazzy's been phenomenal, physical, and really great for us in terms of generating that go-forward momentum. Katie Childs, also new player to the club, has really shone, for our back row. So I'm really, really excited for them to bring some competition to some of our returning internationals as they get introduced.
Exactly that. Plenty of returning internationals. And let's have a quick look at the Leicester Tigers team. I know we'll take you through the team shortly, but lots of new names in there, but some that people will recognise. The likes of Jenny Maxwell at scrum half. Her experience is going to be so important this season. Absolutely.
Like, she's a fantastic leader and a very experienced club player and an ex-international player. So, you've got a new group of players coming into this Leicester Tigers team, a new group of coaches. So having somebody with that experience and that leadership is going to be vital for them as they go through the season. It really is, and we'll address the elephant in the room a little bit later in terms of where those coaches have gone. But Fraser Gocher coming in as Director of Rugby for Leicester. He's had loads of experience in that women's pathway, and that's going to be so important for Tigers this year, developing that young talent. Yeah, exactly, and I think that's where they need to go. In terms of that's where you're seeing their players being generated from. So hopefully with his previous experience, he'll be able to help with that moving forward. We can see on our screens, you can hopefully see on your screens as well, that is the Tigers team warming up and getting ready. There's some names that people will be familiar with, some new names, the likes of Mickey Gunter, South African international at hooker. But Molly, let's talk about the league being back. We had an absolute humdinger to kick things off last night. Wonderful game between Trailfinders and Exeter Chiefs a little earlier today, and this one to round it off in front of a record crowd for Sale Sharks women. Everything is moving in the right direction. Oh, it's incredible. It's great as a neutral supporter of just rugby. We've seen some fantastic attacking rugby, and that's the thing that people want to see. You want to see tries, you want to see it competitive, and that's all we've seen so far. So hopefully today we see that level of competition, and I'm certainly hoping for lots of tries on one side of the team sheet. I know you certainly will be. I think we're certainly going to be looking forward to seeing what comes up. 4 people that are also going to be looking forward to that are the 2 captains today and 2 of the people in those coaching teams. A little earlier on, I called up with Amy Cockayne, Jenny Maxwell, Fraser Gocher and Katie Daly-McLean. New beginnings, starting against your former club tonight. How excited are you for the challenge?
Yeah, I think super excited for me my first Sale game, to add the whole rivalry with my old club, just really brings to it, and then you add in a sold out crowd. I think set to be an amazing game.
Talk to us about that sold out crowd. It's the biggest crowd that Sale have ever had. You're coming in as a new player, a World Cup winner. Women's rugby going through the roof right now here in England.
Yeah, I think the World Cup was really supported here in Manchester. Every time I watched a game on the telly, it was here. It was really well supported. So we were hoping that it was going to be backed up in the PWR as well. So thankfully the northern people are coming out, and yeah, we really appreciate it.
Final one then. Talk to us about this evening. Tom Hudson said in the week there's one opportunity to make a first impression. What first impression do you want to make tonight?
Yeah, I think when people, I know myself, when I've always thought of Sale, we always talk about like, northern grit and being brutal and being physical, and that's exactly what I want to be tonight. Be really direct, and yeah, teams are going to know they've come here and had a proper game. Jenny, it was described in the week as a reset this year for your side, so what can we expect first up this evening?
I'd agree with the fact that it is a reset. I think it's a new era for Leicester Tigers. We've had a lot of change over the summer in terms of the programme, staff and players. So I think we're just going to go out there tonight and make our mark on this league and show what we've got.
Exactly that. For you, being named captain this season as well, how much of an honour is that for you?
It's a huge honour. I mean, my family are Leicester Tigers supporters since I was a little girl, and they have been their whole career, so all their lives, and through my career to go and play for my home club, it's absolute joy, and the girls are a joy to lead as well. They're fantastic.
Just a final one then, talk to us about that group. It is a new group, lots of new faces, lots of young faces as well. Who are some of those faces that people should be looking out for this evening that they might not be familiar with?
Yeah, there's a huge amount of energy in the group, like you say, a lot of youngsters, but a lot of experience as well. We've got Liv in the second row coming over from Ireland, and our little French scrum half Enika as well. She's absolutely fantastic. She covers fullback and 9, and yeah, she's brilliant. And I think she's represented France under 21s as well, under 20s. Sorry. So yeah, keep an eye out for her.
Big new year for Sale Sharks. New coaching team, new players, great atmosphere around the place. What's it been like coming back in?
Oh, look, it's been brilliant. I think, there has been trials and tribulations of Sale Sharks women, let's be honest. So it's great to launch the season. The girls went really well in the Cup. To have our internationals returning from the World Cup and just the general hype around women's rugby is absolutely brilliant, and we can't wait to get started.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Not the game, but the atmosphere tonight. Sellout crowd, 2,800, biggest crowd ever for Sale Sharks women. Everything here is going in the right direction in the north.
It is, and I think, you talk about the hype from the World Cup, and we wondered whether it would linger. There's games at the Salford Stadium, so for me to have that numbers here, to have the uptake and to come and support the girls is amazing. The girls will have never played in front of a crowd like this, so to hear Hayward Road jump in tonight is something that's going to be very proud for us all.
And that's going to be my final question. I know you're going to be inside, wrapped up, raw, warm, but how much are you looking forward to hearing that roar when they run out onto the pitch?
Yeah, I said to the girls earlier, look, just enjoy it, take it in. It's something that we've never experienced, but I'm sure we will experience a lot more to come in the future. So it's a massive thank you to all those that have turned out and who will turn out in a bit of a fresh Manchester evening, but can't wait to get going.
Neither can we. Casey, best of luck.
Thank you.
Fraser, new dawn, new era for the club, but a new man in the hot seat. How have you found your time so far as Director of Rugby?
Yeah, look, I've really enjoyed it. Like, the club have been massively supportive and giving us all the tools that we needed to go out and put a new squad together. So we're really happy with how preparation's gone, either through the cup period. We're excited to get out there and play in front of a sellout crowd tonight.
Talk to us then about that cup period, because you had a lot of new players that you were blooding in, but we've seen in the matches already this weekend, teams that have been able to have that continuity have been able to put in really strong showings. Yeah,
100%. The cup period for us was always going to be about just trying to bring a team together. And yeah, the results didn't go our way, but we saw a good progression in every game. So we're very happy with how that prep went. Obviously, we've got some internationals back in tonight, so they fit in really well. So we're excited to see what that puts out on the pitch.
You've got the internationals coming back in, but the final one I wanted to ask you about was some of those young players you've got in the mix. You've got a background in that women's pathway, so how important is it to get those local players through and into this squad?
Yeah, massively, and that's one of the reasons we took our cup home games out on the road, is to try and keep generating that local interest and local talent. And you've got the likes of Karolina Kasakova on the wing for us tonight. She's local to the Leicestershire, Nottinghamshire area. So there's lots of players in that squad that we're really excited to see what comes from them.
Brilliant. Well, Fraser, best of luck. We can't wait to see.
Cheers,
Fantastic to hear the thoughts then of the captains and coaches ahead of this one. And here is the home team this evening. A couple of star-studded names, the likes of Amy Cockayne at captain, at hooker, but this is a settled side from the Cup. As we said, 17 of these players played against Leicester back in September. Tish Harper, Evie Roach alongside Cockayne in the front row. Iona Antwis and US international Erica Gerald Searcy in the second row. The operatic pipes of Trudy Cowan at 6. We'll talk to you about that a little bit later with Katie Childs and Sharifa Casolo. And here is your Sale Sharks bench. There's one name that sticks out there. That is World Cup winner Holly Aitchison, poised to make her debut after arriving from Bristol Bears over the summer. But some other new faces in there as well. Sophie Benevent, Charlotte Frey, both joining from today's opponents, Leicester Tigers. Speaking of the visitors, new, I think, is the word of the day here for them. But plenty of experience, plenty of talent too. Lauren Paul came through Thurrock. Mickey Gunter, South African international, and Nadine Vincent in the front row. Morgan Richardson, one of those homegrown players at 7, outstanding at times last season. And Tiana Gordon always works hard when it comes to the work around the breakdown. Jenny Maxwell is in at captain, and there's a lot of excitement around US international Kristin Bitter, the young gun at fly half. Georgie Lingham and Grace Dean in the centres. Karolina Kasakova, Zoe Evans and Tess Fury form an exciting back three. the bench for the Tigers. Some new faces in there too, the likes of Anika Laberry, the French under-20s international at 21, as Jenny Maxwell was saying, can cover scrum half or fullback. And Jordan Russell, joined last season from Gloucester Hartpury, was one of the standout players in that Tigers side. Really, really exciting teams, really exciting benches actually as well.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see how the game progresses. Really, really excited to see how Holly gets on. You know, having to control the game, a new team coming back after a really successful World Cup. But, you know, seeing her in training in the last couple of weeks, like, she's a calm character, a cool head. So absolutely excited to see her tear it up today.
Really excited to see her tear it up. And there's still a load of players that are missing from this Sale side to come back into the mix as well. Building up to the teams running out, the likes of Gwen Peirce, Eva Donaldson, Carmen Castellucci, to name just 3 of about 8 or 9. And then you add in the likes of Georgie Paris-Redding, Mo Talling to come back into this. There is some depth this season.
Oh, that's what I mean about this side, really. It's going to be a competitive season. I think that might be challenging for some of us old hats that have been here for a while. But it's exciting, and it's going to drive standards. And I'm really, really excited to see how this team grows and how we gel, do you know?
That's going to be the important thing, isn't it, about gelling. Anybody that saw the Trailfinders Exeter game earlier, wonderful occasion. Trailfinders, lots of new faces in there. Took them about 60 minutes or so to get going, and by that point, Exeter were out of sight.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's what you see Tom and his team have decided to, how we've decided to approach this game is more balance. Do you know, you're backing your team that's come through the Cup, drip feeding in some really phenomenal players. But ultimately, as the year progresses, can people keep those jerseys, or are we going to see an influx of new internationals?
And that's the thing, isn't it? They've earned the right to be here. They've earned the right to start in those jerseys this evening. It's up to those internationals to prize it off of them.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, there's a lot of pressure, I would say, on Sale today to perform, because there's been a lot of investment in making this squad stronger. So they will want to come out here to a sold-out Mawson Stadium and put on a show.
Well, here come the teams. Leicester Tigers in their away strip, making their way out first, led by Maxwell out onto the field. Childhood Leicester Tigers fan and a lifetime dream to captain her team this evening.
Oh, look, she's a phenomenal human and a phenomenal athlete, and I'm really excited to see her lead the team today. She'll be right in the thick of it, as any nine is. But here comes the mead.
Here come the Sharks, led out with their mascots in tow. And you may be wondering, why are they in the away strip? Well, this weekend, PWR and Breast Cancer Now are teaming up, as they will be throughout the rest of the season, to raise awareness and tackle breast cancer. And over this opening weekend, the PWR is turning pink in support and leading research for the charity. October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so everybody this weekend has been encouraged to wear pink. So Sale Sharks, Harlequins last night, fortunately, have got a lovely pink away strip they can turn to.
Oh, look, it's a massively important issue, and it's becoming more and more prevalent in the UK, and we want to show our support as a group in raising awareness and raising funds to help support that research that ultimately helps us in the future.
Exactly that, it certainly does, and you can check out more about Breast Cancer Now on their website, over on the PWR socials, and there's also some really interesting, inspiring stories over there too, including Shannon Ikehefo, the Trailfinders women's player. Building up to kickoff then here. Mike Lamb is our man in the middle. He will be assisted by Jenny Burrows and Simon Park. And Lizzie Duffy has the ball in her hands.
You can feel it, can't you?
You really can. You really can. And there is the whistle. They've had to wait their turn, but the season for Sale and Leicester is underway. Big shot comes in early doors from the Sharks. It's cleared down the field. Strong tackle comes in from Olivia Tallant, Irish international. Irish player that's joined from Old Belvedere in the summer. Really exciting new recruit for the Tigers, but her team are giving away a penalty. And Lizzie Duffy then just takes a deep breath, steadies herself, and sends that one down towards the 22. That's a perfect start for Sale.
Oh, absolutely. Look, that's a great place to launch your first attack, hopefully into that 22. But they look calm, don't they?
They certainly do. It's very calm. It's very composed, considering all of the noise that was going on around kickoff as they ran out. And Cocaine, her first throw in as a Shark, goes to Jarrell Cersei. And it's a strong start here from this Sharks pack, driving into that 22. Trying to get those Leicester players out of there. Jarrell Cersei has had to come out of that one. And Howard tips it on. Big carry coming in midfield from Perrin. Jarrell Cersei. The next to have a go. Ralph gets the ball onto Tish Harper. She's mopped up well by that Tigers defence. And Ralph goes again to Casolo. Content to keep going around the corner here. Sale. And there goes Cocaine, getting ever closer to the line. Harper, the next to have a go. Casolo is in there helping her out. It's been picked up and it's over the line. And it's Iona Antwis. What a start for the Sharks.
Oh, you couldn't ask for anything better there. Lethal carries. Even if they don't score there, you just watch Tigers' defence narrow up. There's definitely going to be some opportunity on the edge.
Well, we thought there was a try. It had been initially given by the referee. The assistant referee's come in on the far side, chalked it off. Crossing it looks like the call that came in there from the sideline. Yeah. And it's a Leicester Tigers penalty.
Look, it gives them an opportunity to relieve pressure. Unfortunately for them, they've just given us their ball back in attack.
Missed kick to touch. Disappointment there for the Tigers. And now, after that initial disallowed score, Sale can come again. Harper continues to carry and drive forwards. There is Antwis, denied a second or two ago. Ralph gets it back to the second row again. She's getting through some work, Iona Antwis. Penalty advantage coming. Inside ball from Harper. Good carry from Cowan. And she was held. So we come back. No advantage coming. Penalty for the Sharks.
Just a little bit of ill discipline from Tigers here. They're just putting themselves under a bit of pressure. They ideally want to exit if they can. I actually really love this intent here from Lizzie Duffy and the leadership group within Sharks. Let's get some points on the board. Let's not take the easy three.
It's a punchy call, isn't it? It's a good one, right in front of the sticks, turning down the 3 points. And after the way that first drive in Moore worked, backing it again this time. You can see down below, crowd are still making their way in here at the Mawson Stadium. Jarrell Cersei reaches high to take that one. And here comes the surge forward from the Sharks. Cocaine has the ball 5 metres out. Leicester defending resolutely, trying to slow this. And they've done well to disrupt it. But here comes Harper. Ralph gets it out to Cowan. They're having to search for the ball. There's Tigers' hands all over it, and illegally so. So there's going to be a free shot here. Antwis goes again. Now the backs have got an opportunity. Howard to Perrin. It's narrow now. Will they look to go wide? Oh, big shot comes in. Huge tackle from Zoe Evans to deny the try. And the defence again from the Tigers is superb in the circumstances to hold Sharifa Casolo up over the line. We'll go back for that penalty, and huge credit to this Tigers defence. They are sticking in the fight.
Oh, that's an excellent set of defence there under immense pressure. Keeping it tight.
Keeping it tight. Fancy in this one. And I wonder if we're going to see a little bit of a tap and go.
It's really a new facet of the game, isn't it? The new set piece almost, isn't it? Give you a bit of shape. But there we go. The big dogs up the front, probably Amy putting a word in Lizzie's ear that she wants to throw another one in.
So Amy's fancy in this one from the line out. They've been solid darts thus far from the World Cup winner. Antwist trudges in to that line out with purpose. Lifts Gerald Cersei at the front. And Sharks come again. Surge again. And this time they're over. No denying it. And it's the skipper on debut. Amy Cockayne opens her account in a Sale Shark shirt.
Yeah, that's a fantastic call to come in with the confidence in the drill there, and then even just that maul set up there, much more clinical, got the go forward, points on the board.
Points on the board, and you have to say that's been coming from the start. You can see the replay here. It's a great take from Gerald Cersei. And then from there, the pack did well. Harper did really well, actually, to get Morgan Richardson out of there, because the 7 was doing so well to disrupt things for the Tigers. And as soon as that happened, there was no stopping Amy Cockayne.
I don't know if anything had stopped her that close to the line, to be fair.
That is a very, very fair point. Duffy then lines this one up. That one just drifts to the left of the upright, so it stays at 5 points to 0. But that's probably the only blemish so far on the Sale copybook.
Oh, exactly. I think Tigers, put in a valiant defensive sets over the last kind of 5-6 minutes here. But just that relentless attack, keeping it simple, keeping it clinical, and you come away with points.
And now it's all about what Leicester have got in response. There's the try scorer. You can see readying herself. And Bitter gets us back underway. Booms that one down the field. And Howard responds in kind of a pretty decent clearance kicker of her own.
Yeah, she does have a pretty big boot.
There is Katana Howard, the US Eagle. Been here for a fair few seasons now, one of those glue players in this Sale side.
Oh, exactly. She's got international experience. She performed fantastically for Sale through the Cup. And the combination of her and Laura Perrin through the Cup has been honoured as you watch them work together here today.
Leicester line out though, and a chance for the new summer recruit Mickey Gunter to throw in. But it's been scurried back by Sale, and Cockayne fancies it in the middle of the field. Amy Cockayne crashes through, but is pulled down by Emerson Allen. Howard has seen space in that backfield, dinks it, bobbles it nicely in to touch. Not quite the 50-22 she was looking for, but it pins the Tigers right back.
Look, it's exactly the right idea. You find that space in the backfield, and how much pressure have we just relieved there? Probably 60 metres. That's really, really measured in their performance so far.
And pressure again now on the throw of Gunter. It's good disruption at the front of the line out from the Sharks last time out. There is the South African. Some words going in to her from Lauren Poole, formerly of Thurrock in the Championship. Much better routine from the Tigers. Quick ball to Maxwell. And they're happy to tee up a big carry from Richardson in midfield. And Bitter. It stayed in field, but it's a good exit from Leicester. And Sale now look to counter. There's Rona Lloyd tipping that one on. Ralph gets it out. Duffy now spinning it on. Antwist has done so well to hold on to that, but she's been stripped in contact. Wonderful work from Olivia Talon to win that one back for the Tigers. And here comes Lingham. If they can get the ball out to their backs, they've got some real pace there this evening, have Leicester, and the likes of Georgie Lingham. And Zoe Evans too. Oh, what a show and go that was. And now the kick comes in.
skillful there from Vicky Irwin. Little bobble of the high ball catch, but then away she was with the feet.
Wonderful footwork. She'd had to have a couple of bites at picking it up, didn't she? But once she did that, oh, Zoe Evans was left clutching at air, and then a lovely little dink through.
Yeah, exactly. And again, that pressure's reverted back to Tigers. It's really, really pleasing to see. It's obviously in the game plan this week to keep them locked down in their own 22.
Great line-out ball at the back from Tigers, and a really interesting line-out ploy there. Evans, the right winger, was standing at the front of the line-out, so they're trying a few different things early doors, and you've got to respect it. Painting some different pictures for this Sale defence to deal with. Thorpe goes back, tidies up, and sets off on a mazy run. Finds Howard, and Howard, with another show and go, breaks the first tackle. Wonderful strength from the inside centre. The penalty advantage coming her side's way now. Duffy to Cocaine, what a tip on to Jarrell Cersei. And now the second row is powering, racing away. Nobody is going to stop her. Erica Jarrell Cersei, welcome back to the PWR. How about that?
Oh, phenomenal, isn't it? Absolutely stupendous. She is speed incarnate. She is rapid. I'm glad I'm not chasing her today. That was phenomenal.
She caught England cold, didn't she, at the start of that Rugby World Cup, if you remember back to that cold night in Sunderland. And look at this replay here. The tip on from Cocaine is wonderful. Second rows have got no right to have that amount of speed and power at the same time, surely.
No, surely not. Sign her up for winger. Let Rona Lloyd know.
I think Rona Lloyd might have something to say about that if she got told you need to go into the line out here for us. She won't be minding too much, though, if Jarrell Cersei can keep making breaks like that.
No, exactly. Who needs wingers if you've got second rows that can run 60?
That is very, very true. And it's a bit of a hammer blow for the Tigers, that, because they've been building some really nice phases, starting to build confidence in the game, and that's just hit them right back.
And I think it's the first time I've seen in this early portion of the game that they've managed to get more than 3 phases together, and they can make that ground. That's the way rugby goes sometimes, just that compounding errors. And you take your opportunities when they're on show.
You certainly do, and Lizzie Duffy has taken hers, converted that one, and it's 12-0 to Sale Sharks. And again, you can see that replay here. That offload from Cocaine was wonderful, and the power from the US Eagle. Being chased down by her international teammate. There's probably been a few foot races between them in US camp over the last 6 weeks or so.
Oh, I can imagine.
Bitter then with the ball. Ready to get this one back underway. Wrapped up well. In contact there was Cowan by Evans. And Fury has seen a bit of space. And the bounce of the rugby ball. It pops up for Rona Lloyd. Back in the PWR after a stint in France with Stade Bordelais. She gets it away to Casolo, and Duffy kicks ahead. Now there's a foot race on, and it's bouncing, bobbling, and it's a 50-22. Wonderful play by Sale Sharks, and they look like they barely broke a sweat to get there.
It looks like things are just coming together. You know, we spoke about that gelling early with lots of new players coming in. I think we're probably seeing that plan come together.
You can see the replay here. That's wonderful work from Lizzie Duffy. It was so nonchalant, wasn't it, off of the boot? And a perfect opportunity again for the Maul. Jarrell Cersei takes at the front, and Cocaine in that familiar position at the back. Ball in her hands. It's crabbing around a little bit. Tigers making a nuisance of themselves. Ali Coleman is in there on her PWR debut, but Cocaine still has it. Still driving. Ever closer. And the referee's having a close look. She's got a double. 15 minutes into this one. Tigers back under the sticks again. and Amy Cocaine with her second of the match.
Oh, hungry for meat pies today is our Amy. I love the confidence to keep going to that maul. I mean, I know it's at the moment it's working really, really well for them. They are having to work really hard because the back of that maul isn't looking tidy. Tigers are doing a great job at disrupting that, but they managed to reform, hold ranks, shunt it over the line. Simple stuff.
Easy as that. You can see here talking about how well Tigers are disrupting things. Lauren Paul in there, Ali Coleman, both completely legal, managing to get themselves right in the way. But then it's that work there. You can see the player in the middle to reset and help Cocaine come through to dot down for the score. So whilst you were seeing that replay, it stays as 17-0 to Sale Sharks. Lizzie Duffy was lining up that conversion. And we'll get back underway with a Leicester Tigers restart. So Sale have got it up as 19-0 on the board. We've got that as Lizzie Duffy being timed out. Just the second time we've seen that in less than 24 hours in the PWR.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Because we don't have sight of a shot clock. It's just on the ref.
So we can see Amy Cocaine got the ball down. We've got the referee in our ears so we can hear. Apologies for a little bit of the confusion. It's a penalty try has been awarded. So Amy Cocaine went over. They gave it as a penalty try regardless. So it's the full 7 points. And Emerson Allen has seen yellow for collapsing the maul. Amy Cocaine's got to be frustrated with that one. She'll be delighted her side are 19-0 up, but she's lost out on her brace.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm sure we'll see an opportunity later for her to try and chalk another up. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this our first scrum of the day?
I think it may well be.
17 minutes in.
Been fast and frenetic. The handling's been really good from both sides, actually. But exactly that. We now do have our first scrum of the evening. And Tigers are a player down without one of their second rows. So Sale get it away. Boot to ball again. And this is one for Thorpe to chase. It's tidied up by Fury. Clears long. Great nudge from the Tigers fullback. Duffy scurries across, collects that one. Sets off herself, finds Howard, and now Lloyd. On that far side, she's ushered into touch by two Leicester defenders. Wonderful work on that far side. You can see the fist bumps, the handshakes, the pats on the back going in. Really, really good work out there. You can see here, staying in the fight, Karolina Kisakova, former Lichfield winger.
Look, it's a much better exit there from Tigers. You know, get the ball back, find some grass, and then go after the ball carriers, and then they've got a really good result.
And it's going to be such a cliche what I'm about to say, but it really is using that touchline as your 16th player, isn't it? And they've done it to great effect.
Absolutely.
Or juggled and bobbled a couple of times, and that's been lost forwards. Just as we were crediting Leicester for building up a head of steam, getting the ball back into their hands. Some loose work from Ali Coleman. You can see here, she had a couple of bites at holding on to it, wasn't quite able to. And it will be a scrum for Sale, and Coleman just goes down onto one knee just to take a little bit of treatment.
Yeah, look, it's frustrating. You win that ball in the line out. You've just exited really, really well, and you're going to gift Sale back some more possession. And in scrum form, that first scrum certainly looked like Sale had a little bit of the ascendancy. So we'll see how that develops as the game goes on. But not a great early sign for Tigers as we work forward.
It certainly isn't. They are a forward down, remember, and that's why you can see Georgie Lingham in there with the pack. They'll get themselves ready for this scrum. Lingham will get herself adjusted to life in the back row for the next few minutes or so when it comes to the set piece.
Yeah, I reckon the centres love an opportunity to go and show up in a scrum.
There's so much talk, isn't there, in the week when forwards chatting to backs and backs chatting to forwards of, oh, I could do that or I could do that. Now's an opportunity for Georgie Lingham to prove it.
That's right. Let's see what she's got.
Ralph puts in, Gasolo controlling that at the back. Penalty advantage coming the way of the Sharks, and it's quick ball, releasing, Perrin finding Thorpe, and Holly Thorpe isn't going to be denied out there. 20 minutes on the clock, and Sale Sharks have got a bonus point.
The absolute speed from Holly on the edge there was actually just a really, really well worked strike play. Excellent from the forwards. Setting up that platform with a dominant scrum, you've got penalty advantage and you just get to pull the trigger. And that's, you know, great backs, forwards, whole team try there.
So looking at that replay, the work from Perrin in midfield before she released Irwin, just to stop, check, and then get the pass away, that's what created that space. And that is high, high rugby IQ.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think Pez, as we call her, has had a really great cup season, and seeing it translate into the league is going to be great for us. There's going to be a lot of competition in the centres this year, a lot of big names to compete against, and you want to stamp your name on the jersey, this is the way to do it.
Certainly is, making a big impression, and talking about some of those big names, Beatrice Rigoni, Courtney Kite, just two of those players to come back into the mix that can slot into those centre positions. Thus far, though, Howard and Perrin are doing the job, and it's 24-0 to Sale Sharks with 20 minutes on the clock. And let's just have another look here at a beautiful flowing setbacks move.
It's really, really wonderful for me to see this. Last year, throughout the league season, Sale weren't able to score more than 3 tries in the whole league. And in 20 minutes, they've managed to get the bonus point try. So if nothing else happens, you get that point. Like, that's a phenomenal step forward. Phenomenal.
It is. It's huge for Sale Sharks already. And Howard clears that one. Let's not forget, Leicester Tigers did the double over Sale Sharks last season too. So this has been a big statement early doors from the Sharks. And Howard is claiming that that one just grazed the fingertips of a Tigers player as it went into touch. Referees having none of it. Mickey Gunter will have an opportunity to throw this one in.
Tigers have been quite creative in these first few lineouts. Obviously, that first one, Sale got up and challenged and won. And since then, the variation has made it a bit more challenging for them to do the same.
The variation's been really good. Oh, the lift didn't quite work there. It's knocked on at the back from Tiana Gordon. But again, you could see that invention with what they were trying to do at line-out time. And for all that invention, they've got to defend now, because Thorpe is bursting away again down this left wing, sets herself inside, puts on the jet heels, is eventually muscled to ground by Evans, but it's picked up quickly by Gerald Searcy, continuing to pump the legs. Here come the Sharks again. Ralph goes the other way to Roach. Quick ball again, Duffy to Howard. Spins it wide, surely it's on. Easy ball out, and Rona Lloyd welcomes herself back to the PWR with one of the easiest tries she's probably scored in her career.
You're not going to be complaining about that on the edge today. You know, you go away to France, you think you're going to see some jouet, and all you're doing is walking in from your teammates' hard work.
Exactly that, but that's what all good wingers do. They'll tell you it was 20 metres by the end of the day. But look at this break from Holly Thorpe, the pace inside. And again, huge credit here to Zoe Evans getting across, making a huge shot just to halt that charge, because Thorpe was otherwise in. Some desperate defence coming in. Gunter with another crucial shot for the Tigers. But then from there, the speed of ball from Amy Ralph was exceptional. And then it was just a case of numbers.
Do you know, this came from what could have been an exit situation for Sale. I've been really impressed. They're not afraid to run the ball to exit. And this is sometimes the payoff you get.
It certainly is. And like you said, huge credit. Last season, didn't get a try bonus point at all. 5 already on the clock. And that's what happens when you throw caution to the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite there on the nudge from Duffy, but 29-0. And Olivia Talon makes her way back onto the field. That's been a painful yellow card period for the Tigers because they were still right in this game and asking some really challenging questions.
Yeah, look, it can be costly, and you've got to be smart about the times when you've got players off pitch like that, whether you're slowing up the game or playing a bit more territory-based and allowing, forcing Sale into their own half. But hopefully we see some more of that connection from Tigers as they return to 15.
They were building nicely, so they'll want to try and get themselves back into this one if they can. That's a good chase to put pressure on Howard. The centre's probably going to be slightly disappointed with the distance she's got on that one, but under a huge amount of pressure from those chasing Tigers players. And now up to a full complement. This is a really important opportunity.
I was about to say exactly that. This is the opportunities you want. This is the opportunity you want to take. See if we can see some of their attacking flow and have a real go.
Instruction goes in from Paul to Gunther. They've gone to the back, taken wonderfully by Gordon, and Bitter spins it onto Lingham. Huge shot comes in from Casolo. This is nice from the Tigers though. Bitter keeping things going nicely, but that one just slightly in front of Kasikova. And Sale are going to have a line out. And again, just frustration for Leicester. That last pass not quite clicking because everything else before it, really, really smart play.
Yeah, look, you can see what happens when it comes together for them, but, what I'm seeing is a big wall of pink defenders coming up. Sale are looking really connected in defence, and I'm sure our new defence coach, Charlie Beckett, will be very happy so far, but they're looking like they're hard to attack against.
They certainly are. I was about to say, Charlie Beckett happy. Mind you, I saw him laughing and smiling earlier, so I think I owe him one there. Duffy, seen a bit of space on this left-hand side. Oh, and it's bounced up. And Fury is able to hack it clear. Duffy clears again to Bitter. She finds Kasikova. Not much room to work with for the winger. She tucks back inside and allows Maxwell to tee the ball up. That's good play from the Tigers. On to Gunther. She needs support though, and it's not coming. Penalty goes the way of the Sharks. And Amy Cockayne, with all the experience she has over that one, straight away to get the penalty.
Oh, she's playing a blinder today. Doing her role right, getting the set piece right, but then you're out there scoring tries, winning turnovers. You can't ask much more of a new signing to a new club.
You certainly can't. It's been a captain's knock in this first 27 minutes or so. It's been that conversation, hasn't it, for all of the clubs about when do you bring these England players back in, the Canadians as well, in fairness, because they've only had 2 weeks since that World Cup final. And Amy Cockayne clearly wants to be out there, is loving her rugby right now. And as you said, played an absolute blinder.
Oh, she looks like she's 21 again, doesn't she?
I'll let you tell her that one at full time. Here she goes, though, throwing in. And the maul is set, and they break away quickly. Get the ball out to Cockayne, and she cuts back in field. Ralph goes hunting for it. There's Casolo, the summer recruit from Saracens. Big carry comes in from Katie Childs. Roach is the next to have a go. There's Tigers' hands over there, and they've got the turnover. Mickey Gunther gets the applause. That is the experience of the South African hooker coming to the fore for her side.
Look, under huge amounts of pressure there. That's just a really, really good read. Not ideal ball placement, getting caught on your back there, but you see those opportunities as a strong player, you'll take them.
Certainly will. Part of that Pretoria Bulls Daisies side last season, Mickey Gunther. coming in to the PWR for the first time. And for all the plaudits we've given Amy Cockayne, in a losing cause thus far, Mickey Gunter deserves an awful lot of plaudits for her first 30 minutes here in a Tigers shirt.
Oh, absolutely. Some of these throws have been phenomenal, and even just the confidence to keep moving that ball to the middle and the tail of the line out. Good early signs for their line out moving forward.
It's creating opportunities for them, isn't it? And that was a lovely carry from Coleman. Bit of a bobbler comes in from Bitter, so Thorpe eventually tidies it up. Big shot comes in on the Sale Sharks winger. Was Emerson Allen getting herself in there with the scrum hat. And a penalty goes against her back row, Coleman, who then is marched back a further 10 metres for a little bit of chat, and you can see the frustration in her face. I think it's just that's the frustration of this 30 minutes from Tigers.
Look, she's got the intent right. Like, you disrupt that player that's over the ball and then you knock the 9. She's just unfortunately got herself in a situation where she's also touched the 9, and that's something you can't do. Easy pickings for a referee there.
Exactly that. And if you are a new viewer for the PWR, or a new viewer for women's rugby, just to explain that one to you, the ball is at the back of the ruck. It's in as long as it is in front of the back foot. And as soon as it is lifted by the scrum half, that's the person passing the ball, then you're allowed to come forward. So what happened there? Ali Coleman did the right thing in terms of trying to disrupt, but started her run before the ball had been picked up by Ralph. So that's how we found ourselves in this position, with Cockayne breaking away to Howard. Inside ball, Thorpe juggles it in midfield. Richardson hauls her to ground, and Ralph comes again. Another penalty advantage coming. Offside from Tigers. These penalties are starting to mount. Ralph again to Childs. Lovely inside ball. Roach can't quite hold on to it. We'll come back for that penalty.
These forwards are really creating great momentum for Sale. I know you see just a slight handling error. That's just execution. Like, the system itself looks like it's working to gain that momentum. We're just not seeing the end phases where they're scoring tries. What's your bet here, Harry? Driving maul?
I think we know what they're going to fancy here, don't we? And Lizzie Duffy has had that ball on strings in this first half. She's put that exactly where her pack wants it. And line out time here. Cockayne readying herself to throw in prime real estate for another driving maul. Here come the Sharks again. They don't even need the hooker this time because they've dotted it down through Childs. And Sale Sharks, 32 minutes on the clock, have moved themselves past 30 points.
Yeah, that's... You see Amy spitting tacks at the end there, but look, the momentum that early part of the driving maul gained meant that she wasn't needed at the back.
Exactly that, and it was great work. You can see the replay here. Great lift, and twist goes in. Childs gets the ball on her hands. And yeah, that drive, there was nothing Tigers could do to get round in time. And that was only going one way. It's Holly Thorpe going through a few little instructions as Lizzie Duffy lines up this kick with one of the other new coaches coming in this season, Luke Stratford. A whole new coaching unit, but Charlie Beckett, Luke Stratford, Mark Creto's been in and around, Tom Hudson as head coach. Really exciting names to come in, but crucially with those three that have come over from other clubs, people that really understand the women's game and the women's programme.
Oh, I think they've been great additions to the club. It's obviously a very new look for lots of us that have previously been coached here at Sale. But I think they're all getting their individual roles right. And it's not just about, their individual areas and what they bring. It's that they're working together as a unit. It's not just about your players gelling. It's your coaching and management group going to gel. And I think that's a big talking piece for Sale as they grow through the season, is how well the group is going to come together.
Exactly that. And first half hour or so come together incredibly well. Bitter with the ball in her hands again. A women's elite champion in the US last season with Denver Onyx. They beat the New York Exiles pretty convincingly in the end in that final. So this is a different taste of rugby for the US Eagle. And there's another Eagle, Fury, getting the ball to her fly half. Kasakova again looks up, and there's just a wall of Sharks defenders there waiting for her. She's got the ball on nicely, and Grace Dean, former Loughborough player, is able to have a carry. A penalty advantage coming here for Leicester now. Not rolling away, an opportunity to build some phases. And more importantly, keep ball in hand for an extended period. That's interesting from Bitter. Picked up easily enough by Ralph. Will come back for that penalty. But that's a good response from Leicester, because they've been under the pump for the last 15-20 minutes or so, and there was a lot more composure in that play, drawing that penalty.
Yeah, and once you've earned that penalty, you can do something like kick and hope, because you know you can come back and take that territory. So good to see them trying to pull the shots when you've, got the penalty to come back for.
Bitter cannons that one into the top of the stand on that far side and takes a deep breath. 5 minutes left on our clock. A reminder, this is a best guess estimate. We're not linked up to the referee. His decision on time is final. Gunter throws to the back. Wonderful quick ball again. Richardson getting it down, and that is a huge bust from Lingham. Gets the inside pass out to Coleman. Here come Tigers again. Talon charging into that 22. And it's been stripped by Sale Sharks, but then knocked on the floor. Great work from Georgie Lingham, and that is Leicester's best moment of this match.
That's what you want to see. The line-out has been really successful for Leicester so far. They just haven't been able to maintain phases afterwards. Here you see them break through the seam of the centres, really. Excellent go forward. It's just being a bit more clinical and a bit more patient once you get into this 22 zone. And you can understand you're under pressure to score points in the last 5 minutes or so here, but just a bit more composure.
And that C word, composure, is going to be what they need here. Massive moment, attacking line out in that Sharks 22. First time in this match that Leicester have got themselves down here, and they've got a penalty advantage coming now too. So they go round the back. Bitter sends that one out to Evans. Evans, huge covering tackle. Comes in from Thorpe. It was a forward pass, but that scrum got a bit of a march on. Will come back for that penalty.
I would say after that early ascendancy in the scrum from Sale, it's good to see Tigers bite one back,
It certainly is, and that was a wonderful shove on, so huge credit to that front row trio of Paul, Gunter, Nadine Vincent. And Bitter sends that one into the corner. Tigers are going to keep trusting that pack. And whilst we've credited Lizzie Duffy's kicking throughout this match, Kristen Bitter has been putting her side into some crucial positions too. Gunter to throw. Front ball taken acrobatically by Richardson. And now the Tigers surge forward, starting to prowl up towards that line. The referee's having a very, very close look. Held up, agonisingly close for the Tigers. Huge defence from the Sharks. And you can see there, so I was going to say, the look of frustration on Lauren Paul's face. Yeah, she knew what a moment that could have been.
They had all the momentum as well, in that situation. It looks like they just couldn't get the ball far enough back so that the referee could have a clear line of sight to the ball. And I think that's unfortunate for them, because for all intents and purposes, they deserved that. But
they did, but it was held up well in the end by Sale. But Leicester are going to keep attacking here from the goal line dropout. And there's a player who's been coming to the fore more and more. Lingham, back in from GB Sevens, joining this Tigers outfit. And another penalty advantage coming, playing the 9. Dean's lost control of that one. Yeah. Back we come for the penalty, and they're starting to mount here against Sale.
Yeah, you don't want that coming in the last few minutes of the game. Here comes the warning now. This is Sharks' first kind of time under pressure, and it's the same to them. They need to be clinical in this area and more disciplined.
Exactly that, and you could see the referee there just giving that warning to the Sharks, and Bitter sends that one down towards touch, and again on a dime that is near enough inch perfect from the US Eagle.
Yeah, prime attacking space here. Let's see what they can do with that.
Gunter then ready to throw in. Emerson Allen looks to get herself up in the air. It's a trick play and Richardson takes it. And here come the Tigers again. They were held up a few moments ago. Can they make it count here now? Right at the end of the first half. Gunter breaks away. Maxwell gets it out to Lingham. Powers through. The offload doesn't connect. It's tidied up. Picked up wonderfully off of the shoelaces. How on earth did Kastrakova pick that one up? Oh, a high shot coming in though. That was definitely high. And Tigers have scored, but the referee already had his arm up. Bitter wants to take it quickly. But the referee wants time off here just to have a check on how both players are. And actually, I wonder if there might be a little bit more here for Vicky Irwin. So we're just trying to see if we can hear what our referee is saying in the middle. But I don't think you really need to be able to hear that one to work out what he said. That was no more. That was clear as daylight. And Jenny Maxwell now having a conversation with him. You can see her pointing to the head. She thinks that one should potentially be more than just a penalty.
That's a hard one when we can watch this one back and the referee's going on what he can see live. Tigers have still got an opportunity to score here, but I do think you're right. Like it's Vicky Irwin got lucky there today.
Definitely that. And again, just a reminder, no TMO here this evening. So the officials being back to make the calls on the field. By and large, they've been pretty much spot on all evening. Good line out again from Leicester, looking to get that surge on. It was taken by Allen. They want to finish this half with a try. It'll be a huge, huge boost for them going into the break. Sale trying to make a nuisance of themselves. Is at the back. Gunter still has it. It's been used once. Maxwell scoots away, finds Lingham. Big fend and out the back pass to Bitter. She's a little bit isolated. Goes route one though. Good carry from the fly half and Lingham again. Big power, fed out the back to Fury. How about that? Tigers strike at the end of the first half, and it's a little bit of magic from their centre that has released Tess Fury to score.
Oh, look, that's a culmination of that last 5 minutes of pressure in the 22. They've been much more accurate, much more clinical, and they deserve to come away with points there.
That feels like it's a try that's been 40 minutes in the making for Leicester Tigers. They have grown with every minute of this first half. And Fraser Gocher was saying, wasn't he, pre-match, that this is all about finding out where they are as a group, what they've got, what they can improve on. And they've got so much growth to go, but so much attacking intent. And they've got a line-out maul that is a real, real weapon.
Yeah, and I think that's a worrying thing for Sale moving forward, as we really want to see that suffocated more early. And I mean, I know they haven't scored off it yet, but certainly the momentum seems to be swinging that way.
Certainly does. And whilst the forwards were doing all of the hard yards, Georgie Lingham, that was a delicious out the back, wasn't it, to release Tess Fury. Bitter, unable to convert that one. And the referee confirms that will be that. Sale started at a rate of knots. 34 points on the board, but Leicester have grown into this one, survived a yellow card period, and have got themselves on the board right at the end of the half. 29-point deficit going into the break, but plenty of positives, plenty of things to work on. But the Sharks have given the home crowd here something to savour.
Oh, you can see Tigers claw their way back into this game. There's opportunity there, but certainly Sharks have taken the biggest bite of this first half.
Very nicely done with that pun there. Got a lot of time for it. And you can see here the crowd coming in. Big crowd, still sticking with us, 7:45 in the evening. And they've been enjoying what they've seen in this first half. Plenty of blue shirts. Really importantly, plenty of pink in there too.
Oh, that's exactly right. It's so nice to see the newly named Mawson Stadium full and loud. And, you know, the squad's out here today putting on a show.
They certainly have. And this is a place with so much history, isn't it? In the men's game, there's been history created here in the women's game. And now this feels like an opportunity to create even more with bigger crowds, more people coming in, and they've been treated to a show.
Yeah, and I you know, there's multiple factors in it, but you know, the growth of the game post the World Cup, this is part of it. You know, people are interested in the game. They want to come down and support, and they want to support locally as well. You know, Salford Stadium up the road hosted a number of World Cup matches, and they were all sold out. So it's so good to see some of that carry over into supporting Sale Sharks.
It certainly is. It's wonderful to see the support. They're going to be sticking around for the second half. So are we. We'll be looking through some of the highlights shortly. But we've got a few VTs to show you before we join you again.
New era.
We are Sale Sharks.
We fear no one. This is our city. The only team in the north, and that is something that we're so proud of. I think anybody north of the Midlands is going to get behind Sale Sharks.
We have such a loyal fan base. You can always hear the drums and the die-hard fans who show up to every match, rain or shine.
I'm so excited to play at Hayward Road. It's always an amazing atmosphere whenever I've been there before. And yeah, just to be back home.
Sale are going to bring passion, they're going to bring free moving rugby, they're going to bring a lot of flair, and it's going to be an exciting time to be in the north.
We're going to score some tries.
Bring it on.
Speaking to some of the girls, I was like, is it possible to get goosebumps on your face?
Almost that feeling of like we've made a change here and this is it, this is the change.
We were just flying for sort of a couple of days.
Just the immense feeling of joy that we'd done it, we'd won this World Cup, we'd done it together.
Definitely a moment that, yeah, I'll be thinking about for a long time.
I remember the last 2 minutes because I was like, we've got this, we've won, and I just thought my whole body just shut down. I had Ellie Kildun shouting at me and I was like, we've won this, like this is crazy.
New era.
Breast Cancer Now funds world-class research to prevent breast cancer, support those living with the disease and save lives. You can continue to support Breast Cancer Now by visiting their website, breastcancernow.org. A reminder at half-time, it's 34-5 to the Sale Sharks. Keep the support going, we need you. The second half is not long away. It is great to see you all here supporting the Sharks family today. And if you want to do that again, the women's season ticket is the best way to watch all the action here at the Mawson Stadium this season. Those season tickets are available again on Monday for you to purchase. And we also have a fantastic deal going on for our next home game against the Ealing Trailfinders. Under 17s can watch the action for just £1. That's right, you heard me right, just £1. Tickets are available right now for that next game. Go to salesharks.com.
New era.
We are Sale Sharks.
We fear no one. This is our city. The only team in the north, and that is something that we're so proud of. I think anybody north of the Midlands is going to get behind Sale Sharks.
We have such a loyal fan base. You can always hear the drums and the die-hard fans who show up to every match, rain or shine.
I'm so excited to play at Hayward Road. It's always an amazing atmosphere whenever I've been there before. And yeah, just to be back home.
Sale are going to bring passion, they're going to bring freedom in rugby, they're going to bring a lot of flair, and it's going to be an exciting time to be in the north. We're going to score some tries.
Bring it on.
Speaking to some of the girls, I was like, is it possible to get goosebumps on your face?
Almost that feeling of like we've made a change here and this is it, this is the change.
We were just flying for sort of a couple of days.
Just the most feeling of joy that we'd done it, we'd won this World Cup, we'd done it together.
Definitely a moment that, I'll be thinking about for a long time.
I remember the last 2 minutes because I was like, we've got this, we've won, and I just thought, my whole body just shut down. I had Ellie Kildunn shouting at me and I was like, we've won this, like, this is crazy.
Looking at the options, there's the step. No! Straight through the gap.
Wonderful footwork. She is a showstopper. And that pace to burn.
Showing why she's worth all the hype.
And there she is. The strike move of dreams. Full-blown entertainment mode. All the tricks coming out of the box. Still going, extraordinary strength, reckless stop, a pile driver there. Proved unstoppable.
Well, we've taken a short break. We're ready to go again. And you can see crowd coming back in. Leicester going through some warm-ups and an opportunity to have a look at some of those big moments from the first half.
Just a quick safety announcement from us here. Can the mother of Lily Pollard please go
As you can see here, this was the one that started it off, and this was Amy Cockayne marking her Sharks debut in perfect fashion.
Yeah, it came after that long period where Sale looked like they were going to score. And then they backed themselves one more time just to take that driving ball rather than the three. And it's that risk reward, but they've looked in control with their line out.
They've looked really good there, haven't they? And then this was, well, there's been a couple of contenders for try of the match already, but this was Erica Jarrell-Cersei doing what only Erica Jarrell-Cersei can do.
Yeah, all wheels, all power. Off to the races.
Whether it's a US shirt, whether it's a Sale shirt, it doesn't matter. She loves galloping them in from halfway. You can see the celebrations there. The tries kept on coming. This was one where Cockayne thought she was over for her second, but the referee denied her, went for the penalty try, and there was a yellow card that came in for Olivia Talon for collapsing the ball.
Yeah, and you can see why they've awarded the penalty try here. I actually think Sale do incredibly well to reform, to keep it going forward. It's easy there to want to get rid of the ball, to get the ball away safely to your backs, but just the confidence to reform and go again.
Exactly that. And then this one was another screamer to secure that bonus point with Holly Thorpe racing in.
Like you say, masterclass in handling. Laura Perrin drawing in that player. Vicky Irwin fizzing the ball across the face to Thorpe, who finishes.
It was wonderful work, wasn't it? And then Thorpe was off to the races again. They kept it going and found their way over again. Wonderful work.
Yeah, it's just that nice build-up of pressure, and when it's on, you pull the trigger and give it to your new winger to notch up her first try in a Sale shirt. Just
Exactly that. Exactly that. Superb for Rona Lloyd. And like I said, the Sharks were in control. There was another one here. This time it was Katie Childs who managed to shimmy away and go over. But we looked at it, 6 tries from Sale, but Leicester really came back into it, deservedly got that try at the end of the first half.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it. 6 tries in 30 minutes because the last 10 minutes was all Leicester, all pressure, and it pays off in the final moments of the first half.
You could see there that wonderful out-the-back pass from Lingham releasing Fury. And as if by magic, both teams are back in position, ready to go for the second 40. Bitter, with the ball in her hands, cannons that one into the night sky at the Mawson Stadium, and we're back underway. Sale with the ball. And that one probably got more airtime on it than distance, but it's caused a little bit of chaos in the ranks for the Tigers with the amount of bouncing and bobbling that ball was doing. It's a good reset from Tigers though, and Bitter looks like she's not afraid of carrying the ball herself, is she, Kristen Bitter?
No, for sure. She's carried well, but you'll see here that they're not making that gain line. That Sale Sharks wall, the pink wall of defence coming up, is really cutting through any momentum that they're trying to gain.
You can see there Lauren Paul getting the ball back, and exactly as you said, Molly, they're having to fight for absolutely everything. Tiana Gordon there wrestling herself to ground. Maxwell now. Big carry coming in midfield and a lovely offload. And now there's a bit of space here for the Tigers. There's Gunter, and Gunter fancies the draw and pass. Now, huge shot comes in. Karolina Kasakova had one to beat, and that one was Vicky Irwin. She said, not today.
Yeah, nicely shut down there, but actually a really nicely worked ball to the edge there. The skill set on show from both the hookers today. Little draw and pass, and Vicky Irwin wins the battle of the back three.
She did indeed. There's Amy Cockayne down there. Exactly right. I've been so impressed with Mickey Gunter. It's so difficult coming into a new league, let alone a new country that you've never visited before, and she's been exceptional for the Tigers.
Yeah, really, really accurate, creating go forward, and there you see her skill with ball in hand as well.
Quick ball off the top for the Sharks, and Katana Howell, she only knows one way, doesn't she? Route one creates the opportunity for Duffy. Bitter clears it to Fury. Fury seen a little bit of space, fancies to chip and chase. It's mopped up nicely by Perrin.
They're really not afraid to try things and give it a go, and I wonder if that's part of what their coaching setup is doing at the moment, is giving them a little bit of license to play and express themselves, which is, you know, a really exciting brand of rugby to be a part of.
I was going to say, it's the sort of environment you would love to be in, isn't it? One that just says, play what's in front of you and we back you and we trust you. Very similar environment to what we've been seeing here with Tom Hudson's Sale Sharks, as they get the ball out to Rona Lloyd, and she makes good ground. Bitter with the tackle, and Duffy shimmies and shakes and offloads to keep the ball moving. Ralph looks up, nobody there, and now she sets off. It's a foot race. Is anybody going to catch the scrum half? Your answer is a firm no. Amy Ralph scores for the Sharks against her former side, and that, like a thief in the night, was perfect scrum half play.
Oh, you see her sneak in there, and the space opens up for the snipe, and she just backs herself. Away she goes.
Oh, she does Lauren Paul with the eyes, doesn't she? And then she's away. And Tess Fury was coming back at her. That's a good little injection of pace at the end there, just to get herself over under the sticks. Perfect start to the second half for Sale.
Absolutely, and that's, you know, that they needed to come back into this game after that last 10 minutes of the first half and really assert themselves if they want to get back into control.
Exactly as you said, a perfect riposte to that Leicester pressure, and Duffy can convert this one. That will take them past the 40-point mark. And as you see, Lizzie Duffy slot that one over on your screen. Sale have made a trio of changes in the front row. Harper, Cocaine, Roach, their days are done. Millie Hindman, Nick James, Sophie Benevent on for her PWR debut for Sale, another against her former side.
Oh, incredible, isn't it? Nice little bomb squad entry there. 4 or 5 minute run out. But yeah, back your players. Performance has been great so far. Give the bomb squad a chance to go and shine.
Exactly that, and the gauntlet has well and truly been laid down by that front row, because they have put in a clinic in the first 44 minutes or so. Now it's up to that trio of James, Hindman, Benevent to show what they can do. Sophie Benevent was one of those standout players for Leicester last season, a huge addition.
Oh, do you know, that's what I meant. We said earlier, Sale have made some really smart recruitment decisions. Sophie, another one to have a phenomenal cup campaign. Actually, this entire bomb squad that's come on, you've got young Millie Hindman in the England under-20. He's been performing really, really well. The experience of Nick James, former USA Eagle, and Sophie, they've just been phenomenal. So really excited to see what they bring into this next 35 minutes.
Going to be good. Looking forward to seeing what they can do. Looking forward to seeing what Leicester can do with a bit of ball in hand here as well. Oh, they're not going to be able to do much there if Lingham is going to get whacked back like that. You could see her face on the floor as she presented the ball back, almost saying, what on earth was that hit me?
Do you know, I've just spotted, we've actually also had a wee change at 9, and the current USA Eagle, Olivia Ortiz, is on, and she is a defensive queen. You watch her, she's aggressive, she's really, really fast, and she'll go looking for work.
It's a confirmation there. Amy Ralph is off, Ortiz is on. That's not a bad final contribution to the game, is it? Diving over under the sticks. And Trudy Cowan makes a mess of that breakdown for the Tigers. Gets the ball back in Sharks' hands. And Ortiz goes hunting, gets it away again. Freshly onto the field. Howard. And a little kick in behind from Irwin. Now the foot race is on. Evans has to go tracking back. And the ball just bobbles under the feet of Thorpe. Oh, she looks disappointed with herself, but that was such a difficult ball for both players to deal with there.
Oh, for sure, but great intent, great energy coming back in. You want to keep putting them under pressure, and 50% of the time that comes off, 50% it doesn't. But look, you know, Leicester are now going to have to exit 5 metres away from their line.
Exactly that, and it puts the pressure on, doesn't it? There was actually a little knock-on that came in on that far side from Holly Thorpe, so Jenny Maxwell will have to put in to the scrum, down in that proverbial coffin corner. this is a difficult place to get out of.
Yeah, let's see how this new front row performs.
Well, they've gone too early first time round as a free kick for the Tigers.
A lot of energy going into that early hit there.
Oh, there certainly was. That was a trio that were perhaps a little bit over-eager to show what they can do. And Bitter booms that one down the field. It was a free kick, so it will be a Sale line out. But Leicester just needed to get that one off the pitch, and that's the right call.
Oh, absolutely. And you mentioned it earlier. She's been booming those balls all day. They're really, it's an impressive boot that she's put in there.
Pressure's going to come straight back on her side, though. Hindman then, first opportunity to throw in. There is the young gun down there on your screen.
Yeah, I think she's got a big future ahead of her. She's a rapid player, great skill set, and does her job well.
Does her job very well first time round, getting the ball in to Trudy Cowan, and they break through Childs, back to Hindman. You mentioned the pace. She showed a fair amount of it there, but she's cannoned into touch at the last, and Leicester survive for now.
Yeah, good defensive set from Leicester there. Again, I love this variation and line out, trying to attack down the short side. Maybe a few words from the wingers on not going into touch when you're on the edge, but look, you back your speed there. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Exactly that, and it was clever play. There's another change coming in for the Sharks. Sharifa Kasolo's day is done. Charlotte Frey, another former Tiger, making her way on for the hosts.
Yeah, Collision Queen herself. I'd be looking out for a few of those dominant tackles today, and I'm sure she'll be going after them.
Certainly will. Again, the Tigers make a change down below, so we've got a short stoppage. Talk about that Sale recruitment. Sharifa Kasolo, Charlotte Frey, Sophie Benevent. They're not exactly those international class names, but they are those niggly, collision-based players that you need in your team because they give you so much go forward.
Oh, for sure. The training environment at the moment is so much more demanding, and that's only going to generate growth for all players.
Exactly that. And there's a penalty coming for Sale not rolling away, but you got to feel for Jordan Russell. Her first introduction to the game is getting absolutely marmalised in contact. Have a look at this replay here. What a shot that was coming in. Sadly for Sale, though, no roll away. Penalty for Leicester, chance to clear the lines, but that was huge.
Oh, and I was saying about Charlotte, she likes to go after those big hits, and it's just one example. I'd look out for more as this season goes on. I'd like to see Sharks and Tigers, to be fair, just a little bit more disciplined. We're probably seeing too many penalties and too much. It's too easy to relieve pressure.
Certainly agree. It's been a bit stop-start, hasn't it, with those penalties. Another change down below us, a really big change in the context of Sale Sharks as well. Lizzie Duffy, fantastic performance from the young gun at 10. But it's the Red Rose, the World Cup winner, Holly Aitchison, who has made her way onto the field for her debut. And her first act is going to be to help put in a defensive set here, with Russell continuing to fight forwards. Quick ball, Bitter spins it on, and the pressure comes in on Kasakova. She knocks it on, and it's tidied up, picked up on that far side by Lloyd, and no advantage coming. We'll come back for the scrum, but that wall, that Sale Sharks wall again, is starting to inflict a load of pain.
Yeah, look, it's just that transfer of pressure. I know we've used that word pressure so much this evening, but it makes it so hard for Tigers to do anything with the ball.
It does, doesn't it? And you can see there, Bitter having to throw caution to the wind, playing a lovely loop pass, it must be said, but a pass that she normally wouldn't want to play in her own 22 because of that pressure coming from inside to out, forcing them into those errors. Scrum time now then, and Ortiz will put in. Really good scrum coming in from the Tigers, but there's too much movement. We'll have a reset. But Gunther geeing everybody up for another go.
Yeah, look, it doesn't look quite as settled in the Sale Sharks ranks. Tigers certainly look to have that kind of ascendancy in the engage. So really need this bomb squad of front row that's come on for Sale to cool their jets.
Exactly that. And Ortiz is going to have another go at putting in. It's a perfect attacking opportunity for the Sharks. But I suppose that also makes it a bit of a free hit for the Tigers in terms of putting that pressure on. And a full penalty goes against Lauren Paul on that outside. It's taken quickly. Aitchison fizzes it on. Perhaps a little bit of crossing in there. Yes, indeed, there was. The cover defence was wonderful, but it wasn't needed. Laura Perrin penalised for crossing, and I think you could see that one pretty clearly.
Yeah, again, they've taken that ball quickly. They want to play running rugby. Lovely pass in from Hull, but yeah, you're right, clear obstruction.
Disappointing in that for the Sharks, but you can see the injection of energy and pace that Aitchison is wanting to bring to that attack straight away. Decent nudge down the field from Bitter as well.
Yeah, look, it'll be interesting to see, how Sharks go about shaping their attack and what it's going to look like. That's the opportunity for this season, isn't it? You've got new players, new coaches. So I'm really interested to see how it goes.
Exactly that. There is a wealth of experience and options here for the Sharks this season. And there's another one of those players that is going to want to make sure they hang on to the shirt. Iona Antwis, who stole the ball back at the line out and now gets things going herself. The pass wasn't the cleanest, but it's worked out. And Perrin back into that 22. Thorpe steps in at first receiver. Aitchison sees space. Now it's a foot race. And it's just won at the back by the Tigers. Great pressure, though. Great idea from Holly Aitchison. We're just going to have a quick look here. The referee asking the question, was that deliberately batted back out of play by Leicester? No, he's happy with it. He's happy that it was clean. And he was happy that in the end it was grounded, which means it's a goal line dropout for the Tigers. We've not got a camera down there, so we will back the decision on the referees. They were the two on the spot, and Leicester survive again. Oh, a little bit of a stumble and a trip in midfield from Howard. Picked up, though, by Childs.
Certainly feels like there's been an injection of pace since the substitutions have been made here.
It certainly has. Ortiz was setting off, but Russell was all over her to get the turnover. And then Lauren Paul is penalised for holding on. Tigers, pressure coming straight back on them. And the referee, the one there to actually have to slow Olivia Ortiz down because she wanted to go again and again and again. Wonderful turnover initially, that from Russell. But then you can see here, easy win straight back for the Sharks and back into the corner.
It's certainly seesawing for the turnovers. It's been a while since we've seen some phase play strung together. Certainly the pace has been rapid and exciting. We just need a little bit more clinical to bring it all together.
Exactly that. And there's somebody coming onto the field for a PWR debut now, who has got a reputation for being incredibly clinical at key moments. That is Anika Laverie, the French under-20 international that was signed from Rugby in the summer. And she comes on for Jenny Maxwell. Her first job is going to be to defend, though. Jarrell Searcy rises highest. The break comes in from Childs, hunting a brace. Referee having a very close look down there. Held up. Tiana Gordon celebrates. Childs thought she had it down. And if you look under there, it's Nadine Vincent who has got herself in the position to hold the ball up and save her side once again.
Yeah, it's excellent defence on that breakout. Sale again showing different pictures, not just pushing for the driving maul, want to go into a breakout, but well defended.
This pressure is suffocating now, though, on the Tigers. Goal line dropout. Countered straight away by Thorpe. Benevon's out the back to Aitchison. Lovely ball onto Howard. Dean reads that play well, tidies it up. Ortiz, Aitchison again, finding Perrin. Little show and go from the fullback. She's up to the 22. Ortiz has a little shimmy and a shake herself. See space. Leicester hands all over it though. Getting the turnover. Tiana Gordon getting the applause. The player that's been in and around the PWR, previously the Premier 15s for a long old time, Tiana Gordon. DMP Durham Sharks previously. One of those players that whenever you look and you go, who's got the turnover, 9 times out of 10 it's her.
And look, how much defending are Leicester Tigers having to do here? And they keep coming back. They've still got the energy. You know, it makes you wonder how long it's going to last. Like, they really need to get out of their own half here. But just some really, really key moments. They're showing up to shut down any scoring opportunities for Sharks.
They certainly are. It's been wonderful defence, it has to be said. They've conceded that try with Polly Baumann coming onto the field for the Sharks, and Iona Antwis, I believe that is coming off. There's a stoppage for a player down in the backfield too, but they've only conceded that one try in the second half. They've been defending for nigh on 17, 18 minutes. There's so much here for Ross Bundy and Fraser Goetcher to work with in the coming weeks.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's small things. It's just it's discipline. It's connecting phases together, and then they'll be able to be the ones applying pressure. But they're giving Sharks easy outs at the moment and putting themselves under more pressure, not exiting and constantly defending. And it's tiring work out there.
It's incredibly tiring work, and as you can see, both of us on screen with that bit of time off. I know you got a few little stats sent your way at half-time. They will show you just how much dominance Sale have had in terms of that territory.
Yeah, look, I had a sneaky look at Sale's analysts' stat board, and line out and scrum 100%, maul dominance 100%, a turnover, and then you got 67% of the ball. Like it just sets you up to score tries.
Exactly that, and you can see that's where the blueprint has been for this Sharks performance. It's been superb so far. From normally the women in blue, but the women in pink for this evening in support of breast cancer now. And we'll be able to get back underway. Running repairs to, it was Anika Lavahi down in the backfield.
Yeah, it's got to be said here, I hadn't actually spotted it, but we've got Nick James sitting down at loose head. I traditionally think she's a tight head by trade, so switching to the other side of the scrum today. Let's see if she can mete out a bit more punishment. That looks a bit better from them.
She was helping put the pressure on, and Bitter has found something on that far side. Oh, that was so nearly picked off by the Sharks. Leicester somehow survived. The ball is scrambled backwards. Tidied up by Evans. They can come again here, but risk and reward, and so nearly the risk was not worth it. Here come the Sharks again though. More new faces on the field. You can see in vision here how close Holly Thorpe was to getting that intercept, as her side now continue to pour forward once again. Little kick in behind, now the chase is on. And it's horrible for Bitter to deal with in that back corner. She's done remarkably well there.
Oh, just the vision from Holly there to put that ball in the corner and put Tigers under pressure again. Nothing on in her own attack. Here's the ball. Try your best to get out of that coffin.
Exactly that. And there is so much pressure on. Jenny Maxwell is back onto the field, we should say now, for the Tigers too, with Laborie having a short initial outing in the PWR. We wish her all the best. Ortiz gets the ball onto James. She finds Frey. There's bodies strewn over the field for the Tigers as the Sharks come forward again, and Trudy Cowan bursts up to the line, dots it down, and her side have an 8th of this game. We'll call her out for her opera singing in a moment, but we can take a moment now to marvel at a wonderful finish.
It's almost like a symphony, wasn't it?
Beautifully done.
Trudy's renowned for warming up her matchday prep is working out her pipes with some opera, which we were all treated to as we walked into the stadium this evening. And there you go, it pays off.
Certainly does. It's a wonderful rendition, I have to say. Got as Aitchison sends that conversion to the left of the uprights. It was some wonderful tunes to listen to on the way in. We didn't have the music blaring when we arrived, so it was lovely to have a little bit of ambience from Trudy Cowan in the middle of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Just setting the scene.
And then talking about a scene setter, that try pretty much paints a picture of the way this game has gone. It's been about the power from Sale. Leicester doing remarkably well to cling on, but in the end Sale having too much.
Yeah, and I think that's where you see the long defensive sets that Tigers are having to put in. They start to break down. You start to lose energy. And I mean, that's an exercise in northern grit from Trudy there. Just never giving up, still going forward. So let's see what Tigers can do if they can get themselves into Sale's half.
Again, the territory stats for Sale must be through the roof with the amount of defending that Tigers have had to do. They will have an opportunity to get the ball back here, though. It's a wonderful clearance kick from Katana Howard, but an opportunity for Mickey Gunter to get the ball in to the line-out. The line-out has been one of those great platforms for Leicester this evening, and an opportunity to really try and build from it. The next step is then just trying to connect it all up in the back line.
Yeah, for sure, and I think that they've shown glimpses of them. They've shown glimpses of doing that. So hopefully they can pull it all together in this next phase. How often do the backs practice their strike plays? So can't complain when the forwards are dishing it up to you.
Exactly that. You can see some new faces down below you too. One of those is Alana Bainbridge. Really nice throw from her. So it's a whole front row change for the Tigers. Paul, Gunter, Vincent off. Bainbridge, Smith, Dunn on to the field. And they're going to have to fight to try and get the ball back. Katie Childs is trying to roll away. The referee not happy with her efforts, though. So a penalty advantage coming. And Bitter has seen space, found Evans on that far side. She's ushered into touch. Will come back for that penalty. And the referee's patience has run out. A yellow card for the Sharks.
I think that's just the culmination of Sale's ill discipline, probably rolling over from the first half. Like there hasn't been a reset there, because I think they've been pretty disciplined up until this point. But yeah, killing the tempo of the ball when they're in attack is not a great impression to make for the match officials.
Certainly not. And Mike Lamb, again, he'd given that warning, hadn't he? And as you said, those penalties from the first half coming back to bite the Sharks and giving Leicester a really good attacking platform here for the next 10 minutes or so. Lovely ball in midfield. Dean carries hard, and confirmation it's Katie Childs who's sitting down in the naughty seat for the next 10 minutes or so as Bitter comes forwards. Maxwell to Fury. She loses the ball forwards in contact. And we've got a gaggle of Sale Sharks players to our right that are screaming because they enjoyed that defensive set yet again.
Yeah, look, this is an opportunity for Sale to show how intelligent they are in terms of how you manage a yellow card and a player down. Be interesting to see whether or not they choose to throw. Oh yeah, there she is, Laura Perrin coming over now. So there'll be a full complement of 8 in the scrum coming in now. But yes, you want to see them play intelligent rugby. You want to see them put the ball into the corners and stay out of their own half and minimise that player down.
Exactly that. Exactly that. And they've got ball in hand, crucially. A chance to try and just usher down the clock a little bit. And that's not intentional, but a nice way of killing another 30 seconds or so of a scrum reset.
Yeah, look, Hayward Road isn't often known for being like a carpet underfoot, and you just see Sophie there loses her footing. Maybe just get those feet underneath her hips a little bit more. And this is not a time or an area of the game that you want to be giving away penalties.
Not at all. Ortiz has the ball in her hands, readies herself to put in, and we'll see what both front rows can do. out the back, and Aitchison gets it onto Howard. Lovely ball round the back to Rona Lloyd. Looks to stretch the legs, is pulled to ground. Leicester 2 and Leicester 12 as their options, and we're just going to great carry coming in midfield, but a penalty goes the way of the Tigers once again, and the applause goes the way of Morgan Richardson. Textbook work from the 7.
Yeah, look, there's been some really, really good examples of Tigers over ball, and that might be, you know, one of their threats moving forward, and that you're just going to have to be much better in the breakdown.
Exactly that, and you can see getting in there and Bitter not wasting any time, cannoning that one up towards the 22. An opportunity for Tigers again to try and launch something. Line out time here for Leicester, and Bainbridge to throw in. Really good work first time round from the Tigers, looking to try and set this maul. Bainbridge has got the ball in her hands at the back. And they're creeping forward slowly, but Maxwell's got the call now that she's got to use it. She ducks under the first would-be tackler. That was Frey. But a penalty advantage coming her side's way too.
I wonder if that penalty advantage had come in before they called for the ball to come out, because as a forward myself, I wouldn't like to be tapped on the backside if we were moving forward, unless there was a significant reason to do so.
Hopefully that was the reason. Regardless, Leicester won't mind too much that they've got an opportunity here to get right back down within sight of that Sale Sharks line. Again, that one bounces back off of the roof.
Yeah, look, there's still time in this game for Leicester to get points out of the game. They've still got an advantage in terms of players, so ideally they take these opportunities while they're in a good attacking area of the field.
Exactly that. There's a change down below us for Tigers. Tiana Gordon, really impressive performance from the number 8. She's replaced by Alicia Watkins, former Cheltenham player. Coming on to the field, ready to make an impact. Bainbridge to throw. Tigers, best attacking opportunity they've had since the end of the first half. Oh, that is not the best line-out routine. And Morgan Richardson somehow has managed to cling on to that one. Acrobatic work from the open side flanker, and she saved the ball for her side. Now Leicester need to realign and take their time. They're going through the phases. They're happy for the forwards to keep rumbling for now. Maxwell goes hunting. Bitter, seen space, chips it in. Wonderfully taken by Fury. And the 2 US Eagles combine for an absolute screamer.
Oh, you said it earlier, like they've got all the trimmings to be a really exciting attacking side, and that's just a really nice connection, nice bit of phase play there.
So good, and it's that playing heads-up rugby. Bitter, look at the smile on her face. That was wonderful. She saw the space, Fury flew in, and there was very little that Nikita Prothero could do there, with the US fullback arriving at pace. That is some score from Tigers, and their bench are up on their feet.
How good has Bitter been off the boot today? You know, accurate, but even just to have the confidence, you know, that's really their first attacking set in the 22 this half, and just pop it on the boot, and through she goes.
Exactly that. Bitter, again, a little bit of a, I think it's fair to say, tricky start to life in the PWR, but once those first 10 minutes were out the way, she's grown so much into this game, and you can already see she is going to add so much new attacking dimension to this Tigers team this season. Conversion drifts wide, but Leicester have got their second try on the board, and again, fully deserved.
Well, absolutely, and again, making the most of that yellow card that they've got against Sale at the moment. Can they get back into Sale's half? Can they keep attacking?
Exactly that. They're halfway to a try-scoring bonus point. 10 minutes or so left on our clock. Reminder that it's the closest estimation we can get, not linked up to the referee. But there's time for Tigers to try and hunt another 2 scores. There's also time for you to get involved in the comments section on YouTube. All of our YouTube games this season, we want you to vote in the poll for your player of the match. There's 2 players from each team. Vote for who you want, and we will reveal who has won that fan vote at the end of the game. So your nominees are Sale Sharks, Laura Perrin and Erica Gerald Cersei, and for Leicester Tigers, Georgie Lingham and Mickey Gunter. So make sure you get voting in the comment section on that poll, and we will reveal the winner of that player of the match vote at the final whistle. In the meantime, Tigers have got a bit of a head of steam here. There's a bit of added bite to their attack right now.
Oh, they've just decided to light it up. They've got the energy, and they're rolling on from that confidence. Do you know, like, it's lovely to watch them link up, and away they go on the edge there.
Oh, here goes Zoe Evans, fleet-footed, up again into that Sale Sharks half. Good presentation of the ball. A lovely little bit of interplay there between the forwards. Allen linking up with one of her players off the bench, and Maxwell sees space. Not held, so she can release the ball and go again. Bitter steps in. Now Lingham gets the ball out to Russell. She's chopped low, and she had to be chopped low as a boot goes flying into the backfield.
You wonder how that's happened, how that's come flying up.
So someone down there is playing with one boot less than they should for this next phase. Leicester don't care though, they are happy to keep coming forwards. Dunn, well, no one was really there for her. Maxwell's had to tidy it up to Fury, and she's seen a bit of space, and it bounces behind Prothero. She tidies it up, gets a big fend in on Evans, and that's a little bit of a clumsy end to what was a really promising attack initially for the Tigers, but they're going to get another opportunity. Bitter comes again. They want quick ball, they get quick ball, but it bounces behind Anstead.
It's really good for Katana Howard coming up there. We really need to see Sales start shoring up their defences, because all the momentum is Tigers' way at the moment.
Momentum is certainly with the visitors as Maxwell gets it moving again. Fury has had to step in at first receiver with Bitter down on her haunches. What an offload that is, but it's drifted forwards, and Zoe Evans, a wry smile. That one had come out of the hands any other direction. The winger was in, but Sale's defence stands firm.
Yeah, that's what we want to see during this period. Well, certainly as a Sale Sharks fan, can you manage these minutes? And I think at the moment, Tigers are definitely, you know, they've had their opportunity now. We're seeing Katie Childs run back onto the field. Let's see if they can still hold that momentum as Katie returns.
Sale back up to the full complement. Zoe Evans, that's her day done. Charlotte Daly, number 23, on to replace her as Bitter gets a little bit of treatment down below us. But Lingham again, she's always looking for the offload or the pass out of contact. Didn't quite get her angles right on that one, but you can see again with Bitter and Lingham at 10-12, there's some real ingenuity that Tigers can build with going forwards.
Oh, these are execution errors. These aren't system errors. You can see how they're going to work together and be an attacking threat. So good luck to teams that are going to try and shut that down.
I tell you what, when Leicester have had a bit more time to gel and get together, and Trailfinders have as well, I would love to see Trailfinders and Leicester take on each other. That could be just pure jouet for 80 minutes. Both teams chucking it about, seeing what happens.
That sounds like a defence optional day.
I mean, it certainly does. It would be a defence coach's nightmare, but it would be a dream for the neutral. One of so many amazing fixtures we have coming up in the PWR this season, and we've been treated to another great one here at the Moorson Stadium under the lights on Saturday evening. We're into the final 5 minutes or so of this one. A reminder to make sure you keep voting for your player of the match in that poll in the YouTube comments too, as Rona Lloyd sends that one straight out on the full.
Yeah, unfortunate error there. It's going to allow Tigers to apply more pressure to Sale. And really, that's not what you want to do in the last few minutes of this game. You know, the energy shift in the game is all in Tigers' favour. Sale don't look to be in good shape, and now the silly errors are cropping up on their side. So see, it's whoever reacts best in this last kind of 5 minutes or so.
It certainly is, and these are good problems for both coaches to have actually as well. Tom Hudson will go away, be able to look at the second half performance and see what they can do to bring that energy back they had in the first half. Fraser Gocher, Ross Bundy will go away and be really energised and enthused by the second half defensive set from their side, and then how much they have shown resilience to keep coming forwards in attack, as Dunn does there. No advantage coming. We'll come back for the knock-on. Scrum for the Tigers. And there's some tired bodies out there now.
Oh, all players here have put in a massive shift. Like the defensive effort from Tigers to still be applying this level of energy when they're in attack. Like that's a really good shift. It's a shout out to their pre-season and their prep in the cup. And it seems that Sale have kind of let themselves drop off. So we really want to see if they can lift it for the last 5 minutes and try and salvage their second half. Not that it's been a bad performance, but it certainly hasn't been as energised as the first.
Exactly that. They've got a few minutes left. As we said, just another reminder that our clock isn't linked up with the referee, but it's pretty accurate. So 4 minutes or so left for Sale to try and re-energise themselves. As we said, they did quite well doing that there at the scrum, but Russell managed to get it away. And Bitter goes out the back. Anstead kicks in behind. Lovely little dink, and that's putting all sorts of pressure onto Prothero in the backfield. Gets it away, but it stays in field again. And Anstead, little wrap around to Bitter. And Bitter checks and goes, powers through that first contact. Eventually wrestled to ground. And there's some tired bodies, some strewn bodies on the floor in pink for the Sharks. Ortiz, well, we called her a turnover queen when she came onto the field. That one she's been penalised for, not releasing the player before she went in to get that turnover. And we are going to have a stoppage here of a Sale player down in the backfield.
Yeah, if you want to be successful in those turnovers, you've got to show referees good pictures. Even if you feel like you've released, it's got to be obvious.
Exactly that, and it's Erica Jarrell-Cersei, it looks like, that's down in the backfield. We're not going to show you a replay, but the officials taking all the time they need, the medics taking all the time that they need to. Got to be so careful with the neck, and they're doing just that there. Some messages and bits and pieces going in for both sides, and Leicester, as you said, are going to be really enthused by this second half. We talked about it a little bit at the top of the show. Whilst we've got this stoppage, let's talk about the importance of the cup, because Leicester had a lot of new players in. It gave them time to gel. Sale, it gave an opportunity to build that depth, and obviously lost out narrowly to Bristol hunting that semi-final spot, but it showed Tom Hudson, Charlie Beckett, Luke Stratford straight away that so many of these players are ready to step up that are younger, and so many of the players like yourself that have been here for a while are so enthused by this new environment.
Look, it's an opportunity for all teams to test out what their pre-season has been working on, and how much of that is going to come into the league. So I think it's a really good base for the growth of the game. We can't do without it.
Exactly that. The PWR Cup is crucial for finding the stars of tomorrow, but also the players that can make an impact in the league this season. Erica Jarrell-Cersei is back up on her feet, which is good to see. And as she is back up on her feet, we're able to show you the replay of what happened. You can see there it's just an awkward coming together between a couple of players. Aitchison and Jarrell-Cersei both just ending up in each other's way a little bit, but it's good to see the US Eagle back up on her feet, getting back into the huddle and looking to see this game out.
Yeah, look, nobody wants the game slowed down, but for any concerns around the head or the neck, you really want people to take their time. It's good to see.
Exactly that. Good to see her up. Good to see all due care and attention taken. And talk about wearing pink for breast cancer now. That is a beautiful bow in Luke Stratford's hair.
There's a few bows kicking about the place, across the stands, on the field, all here showing our full support.
Been great to see all of that support across the league this weekend for breast cancer now, and you'll see it tomorrow at Kingsholm Stadium as the champions Gloucester Hartpury take on Saracens in a repeat of the final. And Sale We talked about being sensible and being cautious. They're doing exactly the right thing. Jarrell Cersei leaving the field, going off the back, and Iona Antwis coming on, back on at number 4. You can see her coming on to your screen now. Jarrell Cersei just making her way off the back of the field and straight down the tunnel. Got to be sensible.
The most important thing here is player safety, and they've got good processes in place in the league and within this group where they'll pick up moments like that and make sure that things are done correctly.
They certainly will, and it's been a huge performance from Jarrell Cersei, though it has to be said. Defence, attack, 60-metre charge for good measure, but her side are going to have to do without her trying to defend this Tigers rolling maul. The crowd try to will their side to defensively hold out, but there's a penalty advantage coming, and Tigers are going to get themselves a penalty try. The full 7 points under the sticks, and they sprint back. One more try, and they get a try bonus.
I think you'll see the referee here signalling.
So he signalled it was Katie Childs, number 7. She's already been off for a yellow card.
You get a couple of those, you get a different colour.
You do. So let's see. Yeah, there's the referee.
End of the day for Katie Childs, just a few minutes left in it. Unfortunately, she's just the one that's got the entry wrong into the maul there.
Unfortunate there, you can just see the replay and the frustration walking off the field. Referee there, 2 yellows, upgrades it to the red. For the full 7 points for the Tigers, 46 plays 17 into the last couple of moments. And Sale Sharks are going to be without their open side flanker for these final plays.
Yeah, in the last minutes here, Tigers have got an opportunity to get points on the board. The game's gone Sale's way, they'll win the match. Who can finish on top?
Exactly that. Sale are going to want to try and get one last meat pie to send this home crowd home very happy. How many times can you say home in a sentence there? Whereas Leicester Tigers have got something to play for now, a try bonus point, which would be massive for them on the road. And this is your final chance now to get your votes in on that YouTube comments section for your player of the match. Will it be Laura Perrin, Erica Jarrell Cersei, Georgie Lingham or Mickey Gunter? Make sure you cast your votes and we will announce the winner at the final whistle. Howard making a menace of herself at the breakdown, and Maxwell has to go hunting. Dunn with a lovely tip on. An understated performance of real poise from Cleena Dunn coming on to the field in the second half. Not done all of the things that get the names in lights, but has done so much of that nitty-gritty stuff for her side that has given them this opportunity.
Yeah, look, the unseen work that goes in the engine room really allows, the stars to shine. You've seen some of Tigers' backs pull off some really nice interplay.
And there's another bit there. Breaking free into the midfield is Anstead. She's going to need support. She gets the offload away, but it's not clean. It's tidied up by Cowan, and Ortiz gets it to Aitchison. Aitchison still wants to play on and try and look for a 50-22 if it bounces. It is going to drill and drift into touch. And the referee has a look. Decides that's enough for us here at the Morson Stadium. We finish with a 50-22 of international class from Holly Aitchison. Tigers denied the chance to get that try bonus point. But night one, under the lights, full 5 points for Sale Sharks. And that's a win that's built on a massive first half showing.
Absolutely, that first 30 minutes was really the killer for Tigers, because otherwise they're right in that game. So I think there's real promise for their future in the league. They need a few things to come together. They need to be a bit more sensible about decisions and discipline, but it's got good trappings moving forwards.
Exactly that. There is plenty for Leicester Tigers to build on, and they will get stronger and stronger as the season goes on, as will Sale Sharks. And we can bring you now the winner of the Player of the Match award. It is Sale Sharks number 5, Erica Jarrell Cersei. 61% of the votes on that poll. I think that is fairly unanimous. How good was she today?
Oh, she's a great athlete. Coming off the back of a really, really strong World Cup performance for the Eagles, to be able to slot back in like she has done today and performed like she hasn't been away, it's a testament to her skill and character.
It was fantastic showing from Erica Jarrell-Cersei. And there's another woman that had a great show on debut in shot. Amy Cockayne is going to bring so much experience to this side.
Yeah, captaining the side today, she brings a huge amount of experience and leadership. Cool, calm, collected. It's been great to see. You never know how people are going to integrate into a new group, into a new coaching setup, into new players, but she's made it look seamless.
She has indeed. And speaking of seamless transitions, we can now go into a little reel of the second half highlights for you. As Amy Cockayne and Tish Harper go around and shake hands, you can see here Sales try at the start of the second half, and it was Amy Ralph isolating that space on the edge of the breakdown and flying in.
Yeah, look, solely individual try, but all the class.
All the class. And then this one, Trudy Cowan breaking the tackle, galloping over, having that power to finish.
Yeah, again, just composed and hard work.
And then talk about composure. How about this, from bitter to fury?
Even just the vision and the confidence to put that on the toe. It's great rugby to watch.
And this was the final act of the night, a penalty try for the Tigers. It gave them a sniff of that losing bonus, but it wasn't to be in the end.
Everyone piles in.
Everyone piles in. There's only one person running away from that breakdown, and that was the referee under the sticks. He then went back and gave Katie Childs her second yellow of the match, which sadly led to a red card for the Sale open side flanker.
Yeah, I think overall, I'm really, really impressed with the performance from Sale today. For sure, maybe they wrote the game off in that first 30 minutes, and sometimes you'll do that to teams. And Tigers managed to claw their way back into a better performance, but it's so exciting to see what the changes in Sale have achieved.
Exactly that. You can see, you can feel the energy about this place already. There's so much to work on, but there's so much to be happy about. And there's a pink shark over there, just out of shot, that was very happy with that performance. As we can see Tom Hudson going through those messages with the team. There you go. There's some smiles on faces, and they deserve to be, because that second half showing wasn't exactly where they wanted to be, but the first half gave them so much to work on. These are the results from this weekend. Well, 14 tries, that's not a bad way to start off the season, is it, on BBC Sport on Friday night? Harlequins and Loughborough Lightning in an absolute ding-dong at the Stoop. Earlier today on YouTube, a new look Trailfinder side went down to an Exeter Chiefs side that perhaps surprised people with the physicality of their performance to take a bonus point win. And here at the Moorson Stadium, you've seen Sale Sharks take a 46-17 victory over Leicester Tigers. It was built on a huge first half showing. One more game to come though. And how about that to close off round one? Gloucester Hartpury versus Saracens women, 3 p.m, TNT Sports at Kingsholm, a rerun of that final last year.
That's going to be an exciting one. A physical battle, if nothing else.
Oh, the physicality in that is going to be through the roof. Unbelievable. The physicality here was through the roof, in fairness, today as well. Molly, we're going to go very shortly. We're going to cut, so I say we're going to go and get warm. I'm going to go and get warm. You're a lot more used to this. You can tell, as I said at the start, that I'm going to be making my way back down south. But what's your final take on where both of these two teams are after opening night?
I think first for Tigers, they've showed a lot more promise than I was expecting. I think that's going to be an exciting season for them in terms of what they're going to be able to achieve in attack, and they've shown the threats there, shore up some discipline, and they'll be a team that can compete this season. For Sale Sharks, it's so good to see them get an early win on the board, and in such a convincing manner. Even more so, there's loads that they're going to be able to fix and grow as we progress. So all around, great day at the office, I think.
Exactly that, a wonderful day at the office. Thank you so much for joining us on the stream today. Whether you watched the Trailfinders Exeter game and this one, or you just joined us for this one, thank you so much for your company, and make sure you tune in to TNT Sports tomorrow for that rerun of last year's final. And a final reminder from me too, there'll be post-match reaction, interviews, and a wrap-up from this evening's game on the PWR social channels, so make sure you head over there shortly to check that out. It's goodbye from me, goodbye from Molly, and we'll see you very soon.
I'm in my